What's up, my friends? I hope you're doing well. So, what is the Haunted Mansion effect in WoW? Well, if you don't know, this behind me is the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, California. It's a very cool, like relatively square, beautiful New Orleans style mansion here in the park. But when you go inside, you go through like huge rooms and corridors and hallways, and you go through a giant dining room and you go up into the attic and then you go outside into a sprawling graveyard, and it's like this awesome unfolding adventure. And like what it really reminds me of is like in WoW, when you're in a dungeon, say SF Keep here, and you're halfway through the dungeon, you're outside and you see this room that you're going to go into, and the room leads to the dining quarters or the living quarters, the dining room or the living quarters. And once you get inside, it opens up into this much bigger adventure than you thought it would be when you saw the room from the outside. And that's because this is the model for the outside, uh, or for the inside of that portion of the dungeon. And similarly, here is the tower. You see the tower from the outside, it looks like this. But when you get inside, there's two or three bosses in here. You're going to fight the Wolf Master and Aragorn. And that's because the model for the tower looks like this. And another good example of this is Scarlet Monastery. You go into this little building here, but once inside the instance, it's these four huge wings that all fit together like this. And by the way, one of the things I completely spaced on mentioning yesterday is that the reason the Haunted Mansion is like this is because when you enter the actual building here, the only thing there is one of two elevators that takes you down. You walk through a tunnel and you end up here in the giant show building, which is kind of like our hidden models in WoW. So it's like this unfolding huge adventure that leads to this really like the cool sense of the game that I call the Haunted Mansion effect in WoW. Anyway, what are some other examples of this Haunted Mansion effect? Let me know.